Welcome back to Fresh Insider. The latest news and insights from the world of tech and finance. Today, we have a lot to talk about. From the recent collapse of a Silvergate bank to the future of banking with Ripple.
Financials are the worst performing sector right now. A lot of pain there, especially in the regionals and especially tied to the West Coast banks. Crypto bank Silvergate shutting down, announcing it will wind down operations and liquidate in the wake of industry and regulatory headwinds. CNBC reporter Tanea McKeel joins us now. She covers crypto for us. So Tanea, it's good to have you. Explain how Silvergate became the latest victim of the crypto collapse and what the spillover effects are.
Thanks, Sarah. Great to be here. So this is just the next step in the FTX saga. FTX was a big customer of Silvergate, which really became the go-to bank for the crypto industry over the last decade, when a lot of other banks saw the crypto industry as a little bit too risky and didn't want to take their business on. The latest hit, shares down more than 30% today, and that's just the latest for the shares this year after we saw massive withdrawals earlier in January. A lot of regulatory and government investigations into Silvergate's relationship with FTX. Not surprising for the crypto industry, though, which has seen this coming for about a week, and you can see, the news is barely hitting the cryptocurrency prices in Bitcoin and Ether.
Crypto world has taken another hit with the Silvergate bank collapses, announcing they're winding down their operations and voluntarily liquidating their bank, causing billions of dollars in liquidity to be lost. This collapse caused many people to worry about the future of a Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. While Bitcoin has dropped a bit, it's not been severely affected. I think it's on 80,000 now from 22 recently. It was like a week ago. Well, that was expected anyway. However, there is more to the story that meets the eye. According to some newsletters, George SOROS Fund was betting against Silvergate, which raises questions about the true reason behind the bank's collapse. On February 16, 2023, Markets Insider newsletter reports that George SOROS Fund reveals its betting against Silvergate as the crypto-friendly bank is probed over its ties to FTX. George Soros' family office revealed its betting against Silvergate Capital as the crypto-friendly bank comes under fire for its ties to FTX. Soros Fund Management bought put options on 100,000 shares of Silvergate worth $1.74 million as of December 31st, according to a 13F filing. Those who purchase put options are essentially betting that the stock price will fall. The contracts become more valuable when the underlying stock's price falls and turns cheaper when the share's price rises. It's worth emphasizing that Soros Fund might have closed its position in the past 6 weeks, and investors sometimes use put options to hedge their portfolios. Moreover, quarterly portfolio updates don't always paint a full picture of a fund's holdings, as they exclude overseas listed stocks, bets on private companies, and non-stocks assets such as cash, bonds, and cryptocurrencies. Additionally, around the same time, on February 9th, the SEC went after Kraken, which paid a $30 million settlement. Despite ongoing regulatory scrutiny, Kraken is moving forward with their plans for its own bank. This could be all related, and there is definitely something going on here. What is clear is that the future of banking is moving towards distributed ledger technology, DLT, and all the major banks are getting on board. Banks are moving into DLT with Kraken, Coinbase, and Ripple, all planning to be banks that will operate on DLT and custody your crypto.
Well, we certainly need to address the financial stability and investor protection issues. But as we say in the chapter, there are deeper structural issues. For example, the role of stablecoins, which are very central in this ecosystem, sort of tells us that the whole system is in search of a nominal anchor. So if central bank money didn't exist, it would need to be invented, as it were. The more serious problem is the fragmentation of the crypto universe, which means that crypto cannot serve the purpose of money in the sense that it doesn't recreate this virtuous circle from greater acceptance to greater use. We see it as the fusion of new capabilities around the core of the trust provided by central bank money itself. In the chapter, we use the metaphor of a tree where the range of services provided by banks and other intermediaries are supported by the solid trunk of a tree, which represents the central bank itself. And in this sense, the services, which come from the tree, are rooted, in a figurative sense, in the ultimate settlement on the central bank balance sheet. Well, new capabilities are things like decentralization, smart contracts, and composability, which are the functions that are known in crypto. But what we show is that all of this can be built around the core of central bank money, so that we have the best of both the conventional system, and the new capabilities.
As we discussed in previous episodes, the future of money is changing rapidly. The Bank of International Settlements, BIS, is building an international monetary system that will connect everything together in one piece. All the central banks will have their own CBDCs, and they will be interconnected with other central bank digital currencies through DLT. The BIS project, called Icebreaker, will connect all the CBDCs, creating a new global financial system. CBDC platform based on DLT. The Bank of Israel established a DLT infrastructure on the Microsoft Azure cloud using Azure blockchain services, which enables the realization of an Ethereum-based quorum blockchain. Ethereum is deeply in the banking system, but that's something for the next episode. The experimental environment includes the establishment of a private network in which 4 nodes were set up on the blockchain, simulating a situation in which the digital shekel ecosystem includes, other than the central bank, 3 payment service providers. Each payment service provider is created in a separate node, and the network is fully distributed. The Bank of Israel is the network administrator and defines the payment service providers as validators. This new system could be fantastic if you have an idea what's going on. If you don't have any idea, this can be truly scary. FED was already talking about DLT in their Finance and Economic Discussion Series documents back in 2016. So this is not a new concept. What is new is the speed at which the technology is being developed and implemented. Ripple is an incredible, powerful company that has massive institution backing its innovation, and it has over 300 banks already using its DLT. But what is Ripple exactly? Ripple products include their XRP token, which can be used for cross-border payments, and their DLT, which can help to speed up payments and create a new monetary system. Ripple has partnerships with some big names in the finance world, including American Express, MoneyGram, Azimo, Santander is a big one. Going forward, Money Match. MoneyGram was big earlier as well. I saw that's a big one. Digital Pound Foundation. It's a massive one. Trianglo. It's a big one as well. Standard Chartered. That's a big one. Apart from that, Ripple partners with Israel. That's an article from 2018. So they already are partner with Israel's largest financial services firm, GMT. AK Bank successfully start using it, Ripple. So, what's next for the finance and tech world? We are witnessing the biggest changes in the monetary system right in front of our eyes. Banks need distributed ledger technology, whether it's used by XRP, XLM, XDC. DLT is to make payment faster and create the new monetary system. They now will collapse those banks that are operating outside their rules or they just don't agree with. However, with this change comes the potential for the monopolization of decentralized exchange and increased regulations. It's important to stay informed, up to date on those changes as they happen. Well, folks, that's all for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to Fresh Insider. And remember to subscribe to stay in touch with the latest news and info from the world of finance and tech. Stay safe and informed. Peace out. Disclaimer: information presented in this episode is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and seek professional advice before making any financial decision.